We'll begin with this. Mueller will take questions from members of the House Judiciary and Intelligence committees. Now, this is his first public testimony on Russia's influence into the 2016 election.
His appearance before the committee is expected to last 5 hours, and Mueller will be pressed on his findings, including his decision not to charge President Trump. The testimony will be closely watched by the public. In fact, people started to line up early this morning at the Capitol just to catch a glimpse of the largely silent investigator. We have a team on this story. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill. Major Garrett and Jan Crawford are in our Washington bureau, and Paula Reed is at the White House. All of them are standing by to cover every angle, but we begin with Nancy inside the hearing room where Mueller will appear first. Nancy, what can we expect?
Well, Mueller will be seated at the witness table just behind me, and this is really going to be a tale of two hearings. Democrats will want Mueller to spell out potential acts of obstruction by this president, while Republicans are going to press him on the origins of his investigation. The president already up and tweeting about those origins this morning, and adding to all of the drama is the fact that Mueller himself threw a curveball to lawmakers with a last-minute request to have one of his top aides sworn in too.
The American people were misled, and now we have to correct that record.
On the eve of Mueller's appearance, Democrats worked in one last prep session, divvying up questions to avoid repetition.
We just want him to be able to walk the American people through the multiple acts of obstruction of justice by Donald Trump.
Rhode Island's David Cicilline plans to ask about one incident detailed in the Mueller report, where President Trump ordered a former aide, Corey Lewandowski, to tell the Attorney General to limit Mueller's probe.
And you think that that was a case of obstruction of justice?
Absolutely. This is a case in which it's very clear that the purpose of taking that action was to prevent the special counsel from continuing his investigation.
The 74-year-old Mueller hit lawmakers with a late request Tuesday to share today's hot seat with his deputy, Aaron Zebley.
Would you have an issue with that?
Oh, very much so.
Okay.
He's not going to be sworn in. He wasn't part of the witness list.
But Georgia Republican Doug Collins sits on the Judiciary Committee, which denied Mueller's request, but will allow Zebley to advise Mueller. The Intelligence Committee, which goes second today, will let Zebley testify alongside his boss. The move outraged President Trump, who called it a disgrace and very unfair, predicting his critics would come up short today.
You have no collusion, no obstruction, and yet it goes on, and they think this is helping them. I personally think it's hurting them.
But Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler said the main goal today is to educate the public.
The President and the Attorney General have systematically lied to the American people about what was in that report. No, they've said no obstruction, no collusion. He was totally exonerated. Although those three statements are not true.
Between the two committees today, there are 60 lawmakers set to grill Mueller, and if you do the math, it's hard to see how all of them are going to get their 5 minutes. The Republicans who run the Senate have no plans to hold a similar hearing with Mueller as one of them. Republican John Kennedy of Louisiana told us, Tony, this issue is as dead as fried chicken.
We shall see about that. Nancy, I know you'll be on this for us all day. We'll see you in our special coverage ahead. Thank you very much.